First stage is we're going to make the batter for the buffalo chicken. So into this dish, which we're going to mix together and then add the chicken to for coating, is your flour, your cornflour, your paprika and your salt. When you've added all that in, give it a stir or a shake to combine. You're wanting to see the paprika kind of like all the way through. Before we get on to chopping up the chicken, I just want you to add some milk into a bowl because we're going to double coat it and we're going to use the milk. You can use egg as well if you want, but in this recipe I like using milk because we're going to go flour, milk, flour. So we're just going to get the chicken fillets. I want you to cut off any kind of white stringy bits or sinewy bits. So like these ones, I'm just going to discard and cut it up into bite-sized chunks. We're going to coat it in the flour and then into the milk. Then I just want you to place it in a foil-lined, oil-brushed baking tray. And then once we've initially coated, I'm just dipping it in milk, coating that in the flour again, just so we've got a wee double coating, and then adding into the tray. You don't need to double coat, I'll stick that in the caption. I just like that extra crunch, because this is the bit that takes the time. Coated all your chicken, stick it in the fridge and we'll go on to everything else. For the buffalo sauce, I've added butter into a pot. We're going to empty your bottle of Frank's hot sauce. Every last drop, the good stuff. And then a teaspoon of sugar. I just want you to put that in a low heat to melt for it all to combine, and then we'll just put that off to one side. Now we're going to go on to the macaroni. So I've weighed out the butter. I'm just going to melt that and then add the flour and stir it for up to a minute just to cook out the kind of floury taste, and that is your roux. So that's me added in the flour and I'm just cooking that off for a wee minute. And adding in the cloves. Adds a wee bit of fragrance. You can add some garlic, some Dijon mustard, anything you fancy at the base. Just always add cloves to my white sauce for macaroni now. Once you've been frying it off for a minute, I've measured out my milk and cream, and I'm just going to slowly add that and stir until the white sauce is thickened. Once it's thickened up into your white sauce, I'm just going to leave it to sit for 10 minutes, just to really let the cloves infuse, and then we're going to remove them. We want to remove the cloves before we add the cheese to make it into the cheese sauce. So once you've taken the cloves out of the white sauce, I just want you to add in your grated cheese. Nice amount. I'm using extra mature, like a good punch of cheddar, and melt that through your white sauce. And once the cheese is melted in, I want you to add in the macaroni that you've cooked in the microwave. Well, you don't need to cook it in the microwave. In salted water, boiling salted water until cooked. And that's your macaroni ready. So we will warm that through once we've got the buffalo chicken bites ready. So I want you to swap the heat for your hot oil. Once your oil's hot, you need a slotted spoon, plate with kitchen roll, and we're going to fry it in batches. Don't put too much in the pot at once or it won't go as crispy. So hot, not smoking hot, fry it in batches, dry it off in the kitchen paper, and then we're going to put it in the oven preheated to 200. That's them ready with their first cook, and I just want you to take them out and dry them on the kitchen roll. And then give the oil maybe a minute to just heat back up to full temperature, minute or two, and then we'll get the second batch added in. So I've put a fresh bit of foil that I've oiled into the baking tray, some chicken, rest of the chicken, and we're going to pour over the buffalo sauce. I've retained some for drizzling at the end. I like some fresh. Pour this over and give it a good shake and toss up to mix it all through and make sure they're all coated. And then I just want you to put this in a preheated oven at 200. You'll see the sauce is kind of like dried into the coating a wee bit, which is exactly what I'm looking for. We're going to reheat the macaroni on the hob, top it with your chicken bites, and then drizzle over some of your leftover buffalo sauce.